Did you know Mia Hamm, Krista Yamaguchi, and Troy Aikman were born with Clubfoot? With treatment, these athletes were able to do amazing things. Without treatment, it can be difficult to walk and the disability can be painful. The organization Miracle Feet is working to help. Cheska Colorado Mansfeld with Miracle Feet is here to explain. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Explain what Miracle Feet does to help children.
So Miracle Feet is a nonprofit that was created to help provide access to treatment for children born with clubfoot in developing countries.
Okay, so how do you treat clubfoot?
So fortunately, thanks to a new treatment that has been fully accepted in the last 10 to 15 years called the Ponseti method, you can treat clubfoot very easily, relatively easily, and very inexpensively with a non-surgical treatment called the Ponseti method.
Okay.
It involves gently manipulating the tendons and ligaments in the foot and then using a series of plaster casts to incrementally move the feet back into the correct position. Once corrected, the children have to sleep in a brace to maintain that correction for up to 3 to 5 years.
So sort of like Invisalign for the foot.
Very much. That's a very good analogy.
And then a retainer afterwards, which you have an example.
Exactly. This is a very cheap version of the brace that we use in India. Braces that are usually used in the US actually cost up to about $350. And one of the things Miracle Feet has done, in addition to developing and supporting programs around the world, is to design a new brace. And we've brought the price of this down from $350 to $17.50.
Wow,
so
that's incredible.
This has a lot of potential. We've been working with the Stanford Design School, with Clark Shoes, and with a plastics company out of Chicago called Suncast to develop this brace. We're really excited about it.
How big of a problem is clubfoot in developing countries?
So it's actually as much a problem in developing countries as it is in the US. So 1 out of every 750 children born worldwide is born with clubfoot, which is a really quite relatively high number.
Yeah.
Most people haven't heard of it because in places like the US, it gets routinely treated at birth. So we're not as aware of it.
Yeah, like those athletes I mentioned. I had no idea they were born with clubfoot.
Right. Unfortunately, in developing countries, treatment is not readily available. So most children who are born with clubfoot end up living unable to walk properly with a very painful and humiliating disability. And in developing countries, kids with disabilities tend to suffer much higher rates of illiteracy, neglect, physical and sexual abuse, and lifelong poverty. So it's a really tough problem, but one we can fix.
Yes, and you've been able to train doctors in these countries, so you're not sending in U.S. doctors.
That's right. We actually don't train them ourselves. We usually work with other doctors from the U.S. who've been well trained, or doctors internationally who've been trained in the Ponseti method. We facilitate that training, and then we support those doctors so that there is a local solution embedded in the public health infrastructure of that country.
How can the community help?
Well, we always need donations. That's probably every nonprofit's challenge. And so viewers can go to our website at miraclefeet.org and learn more about our work, learn about the kids lives we've been able to transform, and if they are so inclined, make a donation.
And you're based here locally in the Carborough area?
We are, yes, and very pleased to be here.
All right, this is great work that you're doing. Thanks so much for coming in to tell us about it.